Happy New Year, everyone. Hope everyone's fine and doing pretty well. And, we're in 2024 now. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. Now, the beginning of the year is really good. Excuse me. The contracting rate has gone back up. The permanent employee or the amount of jobs I'm seeing has gone back up. It's pretty fine. The whole point about this video is I want to share with you a strategy that I use to do two things. Two things that you do in your job at the moment, or should I say your career is probably the best thing to say. One, two is that how do I keep abreast with technology, learning things quick, keeping on track, keep the ball moving, keeping the freight train moving really. So I thought, I've never shared it with any other video before. And I think it's really good for you to be able to see how I actually use that. I will share it via a link, but to my Google Drive. You won't be able to print, you won't be able to download, you will be able to do screen share. I can't stop that. But it's probably best that you create your own. Reason being is because I don't actually own the rights to this piece of document. I bought it when I was doing consultancy.com online course. That course doesn't actually work anymore or is in operation as far as I'm aware. Um, it was created by a guy called Sam Ovens, but to be honest with you, anybody could create one. Why not you? Why not us? If you have created it, share it back with the group. Leave a link, comment below, whatever it is. But anyway, let me share with you what I do. But let's just quickly look at today's job market, right? So today's job market, or should I say, for the beginning of this year, really good. And it's the first time I've ever seen this in January where there's more than 100 jobs posted. Now, usually in January, and this is the first week, I'm talking to you on the 7th of January to 2024. And it's like usually like 10 jobs posted, 50 jobs maybe. The most I've probably seen like 100 jobs, but it's just like, it's all like crap stuff, right? It's like 2,000 now. Now, as you can see here, I don't have the not stated on job, the salary not tick. Reason being is because I honestly believe that when a salary is not actually stated on a job, people are trying to negotiate you down too low. One, the job, that's one. Secondly, I don't think the job is real. So many times I've applied for those types of jobs in the past where people call up and just have a chin wag or a chat, see where I am at the market, what I would actually want to be paid for this particular role, to feed that back to their client, never hear from the recruiter ever again. So that's the reason why I don't apply. If you know a recruiter that wants to know why it is that people don't apply to their jobs when the when the job is posted without the rate or the salary range, you can feed back to them and tell them why. That's what we usually do. And it's just not me, it's what other people in the community that I talk to, just a few guys, that says that. Anyway, contract again, it's good. And the rates improved. The rates gone into the range of what I'm typically seeing. 500 to 550. Okay, we're seeing some at 400, and we've seen some at 350 to 400. But to be honest with you, I've seen some of these jobs posted time and time again, waiting for people to apply or fill the role and stuff like that. No dice. They don't get anything. I was just going to say this is a nice role, 550 to 600, but I know predominantly these guys will be selling or sending some duff rules, so I won't pay too much attention to that kind of fishing in the market, in my opinion. Would I still apply to the job? Yeah, just to see what they say and what they do. But look, ooh, look at that. 750 to 800. Senior Zero Infrastructure Engineer. Is this in or out? Oh my goodness, this is outside R35, remote, 3 months with extension. Well, I'm gonna have to apply to that one, ain't I? But anyway, let's get back to the juice, man, to the juicy stuff. So, and just remember, guys, skills pays the bills. If you want to know, I'm gonna make another video to spell it out to people about how, sorry about the WhatsApp stuff. Where's my damn thing gone to now? Um, you got to pay attention to skills. Skills in the market is where you want to be able to examine. Just because a job has got like eight things listed doesn't mean that you got to do the eight things, right? If you could do five out of the eight things, you should be able to get that job. Okay. But you got to do the ones that are critical to the business. They're going to spell out, well, we want someone to do Azure, we want somebody to do Terraform, but predominantly we're looking for AKS. If you in this role, you're going to do SQL, Apigee, and some other stuff, but it's the first three that people really want, and you got to be able to tease that out from the recruitment agency and just basically ask what it is that their client's truly looking for. If the agent doesn't know, then the agent hasn't done the job. If you got offered an interview, at the interview stage is where you ask that. But if you got an interview off your CV, it must be something that they like on your CV. So have confidence. Anyway, let's get to this. So this sheet, if you can see my screen, can you nod if you see my screen? Okay, if you're nodding, yeah, I don't know because this is recorded video. But anyway, this is a screen, this is a sheet, guys and gals, that I use to keep myself focused and basically getting results. So this, if you're questioning like what this is here, that's the logo that you know basically of the company is there. It was consultancy.com. I'm openly honest about that, but the reason why I just scratched that out is because I'm not advertising for a company that's no longer existent. What this sheet is about is three things really. The whole thing is health, wealth, and happiness. There's always three. There's three categories, and I keep it at three because it's quite easy to remember. And it's also a formula that another guy that I did a course on called Tyler Lopez, he does. And it's always health, wealth, and happiness, right? Three things that you'll probably find that you want to keep in your life and always be working on, but you're trying to get a balance across the other on these three. Now, there's some days where one will tip more than the other one. That's okay. Try to balance into the other two when you can. So, what's the example? So, health is really important. If you're not exercising while working from home or going to the office, but going to the gym or getting some sort of walk in, but ideally you want to be lifting some sort of weights or pushing your body weight, like pull-ups, sit-ups, push-ups, bull, pull-up, all those kind of things, right? Is is really good form of exercise because once your muscles being used rather than cardio machines, I find that you get better breath work. So anyway, so you got health, right? Try and get that in. Wealth, okay, is all about just trying to, are you doing contract, permanent? Are you pushing yourself? How is it that you can become wealthy? But wealthy doesn't actually mean that you gotta become a millionaire. Wealth means that, are you living with your means? Are you, how you say, you don't get burnout, but if you find that you're actually chasing the money rather than actually putting stuff in perspective and having the health, then you got to have that balance, right? But wealth just basically means, are you thinking about long-term future? Are you investing your money? Those kind of things. And then happiness is basically, how are you happy in your life? Is it, are you grateful for things? Are you in the career that you want? Are you progressing with the things that you're doing? And to me, you should have always three things. And I should list it. Probably I'll talk about it if you call me or if I give you a session or anything like that. You should always have the three things listed here. What are the things that you're aiming for? So health for me is going to the gym. Wealth is I want to invest across the S&P 500 and I want to be able to put money into Dow Jones and I'm going to have my target for that or my goal is to have 6 grand by the end of the year balanced across those two hedge funds or hedges or whatever you want to call those stocks. I'm not pro at stocks as you can tell, but I do know it's good to put your money in. And then happiness, health, wealth, and happiness. Happiness is like I'm looking to relocate, so I'm moving from where I am in Wiltshire. Not much around where I am in devices to do. It's very limited here. It's safe, but it's kind of dull. Reason why is it kind of dull is because I got kids that need to be able to be stimulated, and what it is that devices is limited in the amount of space that they can actually have for my kids to do stuff. So yeah, that's where it is. So I'll tell you the thing. Let me just waffle a bit, but I'm just trying to give you as much detail as possible so that you actually know where I'm coming from. Right. So, and what I'm telling you is give you some sort of perspective into how to use a sheet. So what does it say I'm grateful for? Again, it's those things, taking perspective in what's really making you happy. Have you recognized is do you have more than you actually thought it was? And when you say that you're grateful for something, it actually does make a change in the way how you feel about things. So for me here, I've got the three things I'm grateful for on that particular day is the opportunity to work remote. Ka-ching, that's sweet. Working in technology, love tech, love working in the challenging environment, love working in everything that it changed into too. And I've got healthy kids. You know, my kids got all the limbs, they've no problems. I'm happy that I've got kids with no health issues, right? And those are things to be in perspective. Now, every day I fill this in with three new things that I'm grateful for. I always try to find three new things I'm grateful for, and you can do it too. The reason why you want to do that is because basically is to just pick up your dopamine level. Because once you're in a good space, guess what? You start to attract goodness towards you. When a recruiter calls, you're not down in the glum. They're actually just basically say, hey, this is an upbeat guy. I can hear it in his tone. He's confident. He's upbeat. He knows what he's about. Yeah. And they'll always say, good speaking with you, Jude, or man, it's so good to hear from you, or is it a pleasure? Things like that. There's always clues. What will make today great? Now that's really good. I'll tell you why. It's really good for you to be able to identify what will make great because at the end of the day, you want to feel as though that you work towards this goal and when it comes to the end of the night, guess what? You can sleep sound, right? And you just want to keep it to three. If you want four, put number four. But you try to keep it simple, guys. Three is really good. And notice I say health, wealth, and happiness is three things. Again, this is how it works. Three things, basically, of what you want to do. Three is good. I like threes. Um, today's priorities. Okay. It's more than three. And because you want to push yourself to be able to fill as much you possibly can within your day, right? So what my priorities? Well, I need to apply for 30 roles. So at the point of time that I was writing the sheet was basically when I got let go from my job. And what it is that I needed the formula that I always use is you need to apply as much roles as possible. Now, why 30? I'm accustomed to applying to 50 jobs when the market's great. And the reason being why it's 50 is because there's so many more roles available. At the point in time when I was applying, it was really hard to get 30 roles to apply for, but I pushed myself. Now, how would I do that? I would, if I couldn't find something on the job boards that I was applying to, I'll go on LinkedIn. If things weren't on LinkedIn, I'll go to companies that I knew that were um, advertising for roles like Microsoft, for example. Um, you know, Gemini, all these sort of things. But basically, having a demarcation of where you need to be able to achieve pushes you out of your comfort zone to go and get the things you really want. Okay. Call five agents. So again, rather than waiting for the agents to call me, I'll try and call them. But if an agent called me, that was considered a count. So then therefore, that works into my favor of five agents. Go for a walk. That's getting the health in, right? And the happiness. The more you work out and stuff like that, you take some time out for yourself, for your health. Guess what? More of the wealth will come, more of the happiness will come. Send my dad a message. That's the happiness element. So basically what it is, sending my dad a message, making sure that he knows that I'm still thinking about him because I'm in England, he's in the West Indies, just dropping my pops a message and just saying, look, thank you for everything you've done for me in the past when I was a kid and stuff like that growing up. No, I was a pain in the ass, but just letting you know I'm grateful. Stuff like that. He says shut up and stop being a wimp, but at the end of the day, it's just showing those people that you love them. Learn AKS is a priority. Reason being is because when I was trying to get jobs, I was, what do you say now? Um, finding that if the job was listed for AKS, I don't have AKS on my CV. So I bought a book, can't remember where it is now, bought a few books, but this book is actually Teach Me Kubernetes step by step. Fantastic book. I'll make a video on it. And seriously, this book's so good. If you want me to make a video on it, or you're interested, comment below. But the point being is, I needed to learn AKS to grab myself a new job, and I did. And and basically what it is that, I need to update my skills, upgrade my skills, whatever. But it's it's where I'm at. Get house ready for marketing, as alluded to before. I'm looking to move away from here. I want to go to the seaside down in Poole, Dorset. Is it Dorset? Yeah. And then summer holidays. I was trying to organize summer holidays so that, when the kids are off and stuff like that, doesn't burn Carleen out because she's got multiple sclerosis, and I need to make sure that she's happy. And, you know, there you go. It's the happiness of all those are three things: health, wealth, happiness. Anyway, I will talk about schedule after I talk about this side here. There's two bits: KPI metrics and end of day review. Okay. So this this first four topics here are some things are the things that you put in the morning, and then the schedule as well is what you lay out in the morning. But KPI metrics is basically at the end of the day, how many sales did you do? Meaning, did you did I land a new job, a new contract? As you can see, it's a no, right? But how many support sales calls did you do? Well, I got four in that day. My aim was five, but I landed four. But that's okay because I got, the service delivery, or what I got there was I got a scheduling interview, right? Lead generation basically mean how many jobs did you apply to on that day? Well, I applied to 50 roles for that day. And, I exceeded my target of 30 because at that point in time, there was a spike in the market. And basically, I applied for as much jobs as I possibly could. Training, I did 1 hour of AKS training. Mindset work, I did 1 hour staying positive. Basically, in the morning is I did some reading. So there's a book called The Magic or the Power of Thinking Big. Isn't magic? It's right here. It's a really, really good book. Another good book, The Magic of Thinking Big. Yeah, really good book. And it's all about, again, trying to elevate your dopamine levels and attracting the positivity of things, right? You don't get caught too far down into the negative of things. Reason being is because when it comes to, like, when I was on LinkedIn, you see like people are losing their jobs, and people were losing their houses. It was horrible, and all sorts of things. But you need to just stay positive, and you need to be able to focus for yourself, save yourself, and then you can save other people after. I did 30 minutes. So how did that hour break down? So I did 30 minutes in the morning of doing the book, 30 minutes at 4:30 p.m., went for a walk and stuff like that, did a little bit of meditation. There you go. And my end of day review. Okay, so today's wins. It's always good to see where you've actually done something positive in your day. But what you do is that what will make today great? So I made four calls. My aim was five, but I got four in, so that was good. Today's in was good. Um, Learn 1 hour of AKS. I achieved that here, so that's good. And I go for a walk 30 minutes. 30 minutes was here. That was good. I've achieved that here in the KPIs, right? But I got one interview scheduled. Sorry about my handwriting, it's really bad. But that was a win. And then today's win was I stayed positive. You know what I mean? It was hard back in those times. How will I improve AKS? Well, basically what I mean is that I need to up my game more with the AKS. I need to be able to retain more when it comes to the studying that I'm doing. And more importantly is that I need to be able to get that AKS underneath my belt ASAP so that I can land some jobs, right? How will I improve? Number two, getting in contact with agents, because I got four calls in, but let me tell you, it was a long 2 hours for me to do that. Um, Getting agent number five was even harder at the end of the day because they had so many other calls coming in with people who wanted to get jobs and stuff like that. So we got mixed among the weeds, but that's okay. I got four in. And then, yeah, how will I improve? No more distractions. So again, it's just like when you feel a little bit down in slumps, you go into your YouTube, or you go into your, like, we call it now Instagram, and you're going over the reels and stuff like that. you think that you burnt like 10 minutes, but it's not. You actually burnt like a whole hour. And I was just like, yeah, that's got to stop. I need to be able to stop that stuff from happening. And I did that over lunchtime, but it was a waste of lunch, man. You know? So that's it. Now, let's talk about the schedule of things. All right. This is really important. You cannot have any blanks. And if you do reflect on the day of where your time goes, you need to be able to be accountable for your time because time is like sand in your hand. You know, you try to put it in, but it's just going to slip out and everywhere. But it's really important that you need to be able to do something about your time. So I went for a walk at 6 a.m. I get the walk in, start to feel good. At 7 a.m., get kids ready for school, to get them out, stuff like that. So basically how it would be is at 6 a.m. will be go for a walk for 30 minutes, come back home, shower, get some breakfast. Then after that, go and get the kids up, get kids ready for school, um, between 7 and 8. And then from 8 to 9, drop kids to school, because one kid goes to childcare, the other two kids go to a public school. Is it public? Yeah, public. And basically, I don't pay for their school fees, so it's public. And basically, what it is that I drop them to school. By the time I get home, it's about 9 o'clock, and it's like, right, it's time for me to apply for the jobs. Now, I apply for jobs in the morning, not in the afternoon. The reason why I apply for them in the morning is, guess where my email is? It's on top of the stack, right? Now, when people go to read emails, they don't tend to start from the bottom. They from the top, work their way down. So if my email's at the top, guess what? I'm the first guy they call, right? So apply for jobs. And it'll be from 9 till 12. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 hours. Why does it take that long? Because sometimes you have to doctor your CV or adopt your CV to the job that where you're applying for. Very important. 12 o'clock, I do an hour for lunch. That's where the Instagram kind of bled into almost 1/1, but I've improved since then. 1 till 3, call the agents, get on the phone. Now, I may have touched or called 4 agents, but really and truly, I probably went through a list of like 30 people that was calling. Every time I was applying for jobs and stuff, I'll get on the phone, call people, and I'll get silence. I'll get person not in, person not at lunch. And the reason why you want to call an agent after 1 o'clock is because they've just spent the whole morning trying to talk to their clients about the CVs they got the day before and scheduling the whole day. They're ready now to talk to candidates, us. So then, therefore, if you call them up around this time, it's highly likely you may get them. 4 o'clock, set up AKS Labs. So that's on Azure, basically doing some stuff on there, getting the book ready, all that kind of thing. 5 o'clock, um, mindset, and meditate, sorry, bad handwriting, but 5 o'clock, just meditate, just, you know, basically put things into perspective, reflecting on the day and stuff like that. Carleen would have got the kids or somebody would have dropped the kids at home already. They would have already had dinner and stuff like that while I'm still working. And then from 6 to 7, kids in bed. And then from 7 till about 9, I'm studying, doing AKS. Basically, this is how I got a job, keep abreast of technology, keep things moving, and it's got to be accountable. Now, some of us, or should I say, some of you, will probably create this as a digital kind of format and be able to punch it in and stuff like that. I don't recommend that. When you actually take a pen and physically write on this piece of paper what it is that you're trying to achieve and where your schedule is, don't know how it works, but it engraves into your brain a lot more than if it was just a keyboard on an Excel spreadsheet or something like that. Create your sheet. I'm giving you not a copy, but I'm giving you this that you can actually see how it's laid out. Create one. If you create one you want to share with the group, then repost back in the comments below, right? But it's really important to print it off, write it, don't basically have a digital format and how you say, you know, is the kinesis bit. It ingrains more back into your mind. I hope this has helped. I hope this is going to help you achieve stuff. There's another step that I make, but on my uh, on my course that I'm going to do so that I can actually s- help more of the feel and stuff like that, and people can actually use that course material to ingrain. I'll expand more on the other side of things that I've done because it's a strategy that I use every year to help me achieve more work, keep abreast of technology, fit things in, and again, focus on three elements: health, wealth, happiness. Hope that's helped. Um, Looking forward to your comments, reach out to me on LinkedIn if you want anything done or anything of the sort, but just more importantly, trust the process, and have faith in yourself. You will get a job. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, but right now is the time for you to apply for a job if you are in cloud. And should I say, not in cloud, but you've got your AZ900, 104, your 400, or AK or AWS, Google Cloud, it doesn't really matter. But this is the time now because employees or employers are sorry are looking for candidates to fill some roles where they don't have a high budget for, and they're willing to give a chance to those other people who are who are starting out but have a good attitude about them and can reflect or show how it is that they've acquired their skills. So yeah, if you're looking, now's the time. Anyway, do the dude out, people. See you soon.